Thanks for coming back and joining me for Soon 73 Tai Chi. We are moving on today to toe kick left, move number 32, which is then followed immediately by toe kick right. But today, because there's some fancy footwork in the transition of toe kick left, we're going to make a video of just that. Let's get started. I know you've already done some warm-ups. If not, make sure at least to do a little bit of constant bear and notice that you are breathing with the teeth together, tip of tongue on the roof of mouth, breathing in and out of the nose as we practice our Tai Chi set. Let's go ahead and get started because I know you've already done your warm-ups, getting oriented to our space. We want to face our 12 o'clock, the right toes about 1:30. We want to know our 3 o'clock, our 4:30, our 6 o'clock, our 7:30, our 9 o'clock. Left toe pointing around 10:30. The knees are slightly bent and open. There's a light lift in the pelvic floor, connecting the Renma and the Duma by also touching the tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth behind the two front teeth. Relaxing into a full belly breath for just a moment. In our Wuji. Moving into Tai Chi when the time is right by shifting the weight, not leaning, staying tall. Right toes repositioning the weight, hands rise. Bringing all the way to the right foot, the left heel touches softly. We consciously give it weight. The right toes barely touch. Left toes come around with us before shifting the weight, raising the right toes. They circle by turning the waist. Now the left hand kind of pushes the right hand towards 3 o'clock. Left toes to 12. Right toes reposition to 12. We become fully conscious of a breath in, expanding the whole body. And taking our time to breathe out and letting the body come back in for single whip left. Left heel stepping to the left and 12 o'clock slightly before shifting weight, pushing. The hands stay level until we bring all the way to the left foot and gather in the right side, the right toe touching. Right palm faces 3 o'clock until it reaches the chest, where then it faces 12 along with the left hand, pushing. We become focused on the breath again, fingers pointing up as we breathe in, expanding heart's energy at middle dantian, breathing out, condensing it. Fresh knee left. Looking to 9, we have the option. We remember to touch the toe or just step straight into a left bow stance with follow step. Playing the lute. We remember that even though these positions, these movements have names, we do not pause in between. There is no hesitation. After we complete one, moving into the other is a smooth, steady flow as we punch and withdraw. And push the mountain. Right toes leading us back towards 12 o'clock, you could say. Left foot adjusting. Full breath, moving the body. Let the breath come from the belly, not the chest. Fresh knee right. Turning to face our 3 o'clock, either touching the toes or stepping straight into right bow stance. Leisurely Tai Coat. The right palm coming in towards the belly, rising up to face the sky. The left hand connecting, like pushing the right hand out. The whole body turns, and then the left fingers traipse around the wrist to kind of push from the thumb side. Left toe adjusting, right toe turning in. Awareness of breath is key. Breathing out is never rushed. Single whip back. First, the left foot finds its place. Then we safely give it weight as we push to 12, turning the waist, opening the right hand. Turning the waist towards 9, the right foot comes in, the right hand drops. We transition the weight off the left toes to pivot into right fist under left elbow. Moving into section 2. That begins with a repulse monkey, looking to 6, stepping to 6. Not pausing in our flow, moving into repulse monkey towards 12 o'clock. Follow step, takes our weight again as we move into brush knee left towards 9 o'clock or our left. Without hesitation, we flow right into leisurely Tai Coat. Hand and foot moving in harmony here, harmonizing yin and yang of the body. We are aware of the flow between them both. Be aware of keeping a steady, even pace in the legs, the yin of the body, the lower body. Making sure to breathe in and out completely, never rushing. Single whip to the right. We step forward and to the right until the foot is flat. Then give it weight. Turning the waist opens the left hand. We bring the right side in. We step sideways with the right toe touching the heel, goes down, the hands change position, and then we consciously shift our weight, turning the whole body to face 130. The left foot comes in just to shoulder width as the heel lowers, the hands pass. We wave back to the left or around 10:30 to take our second right side step. The hands are in position, and then we shift our weight, staying tall, not leaning, not straining. Left heel lowers as the left hand rises. Again, we unite yin and yang. We step for the third time, raising the right hand for a third wave to the right. Our last lesson was higher horse, where the left toes and the right hand and everything points to 130. We shift the weight to the left foot. The right foot steps back on the same diagonal. We pick up the left toes and touch them as the hands come on the center line. Today's lesson is called toe kick left, where we reposition the left foot, we hold a ball, we reposition the right heel, we turn the ball, we face 130, we pick up the left knee, and we extend while the hands open. And then we put the foot down and the hands close. Here I am in my higher horse at the end of it. And we begin toe kick left by repositioning the left foot and the hands. and then repositioning the right foot in the hands, shifting the weight again. That's where we pick up the left knee and we extend the foot in time with opening the hands. And then we put the foot down softly and the hands close. From there we'll shift our weight. But let's kind of do it in the format you're used to. We have our higher horse, where now all of the weight is on the right foot, the left toes are touching. And the whole body is roughly facing 130, right? So that's our space. So here we are in our higher horse. All of the weight is on the right foot. The left toes are roughly facing 130. The right toes are roughly facing 230 or 3. The footwork for toe kick left is that we pick up the entire left foot, we put it down with the toes roughly facing 3-ish. We shift the weight to the left foot and then pull the right heel in so that the right toe is now roughly facing 3 or 330. Then we stand on the right foot, we turn and face 130, we pick up the left knee, it can be low, and then we extend the toe. We put the heel down softly as we can with the toe roughly facing 130. Let's do that a few times. So, after our higher horse, we're here. I want you to really be able to see my feet. So my left toe is facing 130. To begin, toe kick left. Pick up the left foot. Put the whole thing down facing roughly 3 o'clock. Shift the weight to the left foot. Bring the right heel in just a teeny bit. Then reposition on the right foot facing 130. Pick up the left knee, it can be low. Then extend the toe without locking the knee. And then put the heel down first, roll the foot flat. Then we'll be standing on the left foot for toe kick right. Again, after our higher horse, we're in this position. The whole left foot comes off the ground and turns to about 3 o'clock. We shift the weight off the right foot and bring the heel in just a tiny bit. We don't want it pointing very far towards like 5 o'clock or 4:30. Then we stand on the right foot. We get stable. We pick up the left knee with the knee facing 130. Then the toe extends. We float the heel down and shift the weight. So we're really working on standing on the right leg. And as we go along, you might feel like, oh, I want to shake that out, which is one of the reasons I often will teach the two together. But with all of this transition of what we're doing with our feet, it's not just a toe kick. So I want you to be clear just in this lesson of toe kick left, picking up the left foot, turning it in just a little, shift the weight, bring the right heel in just a teeny bit, stand on the right foot, pick up the left knee, extend the toe, put the foot down softly, shift the weight. So it doesn't matter how high or low we pick up the knee. But really, ideally, after our higher horse, and the left foot turning in, and the right heel coming in just a tad bit. Ideally, we bring the knee up, if we can, all the way in front of the hip. And then we extend this pointed toe without locking the knee. Then we put the foot down softly on the heel and shift the weight. Going through the process of practicing this makes us stronger and stronger. And I'm sure you're feeling that. So if you need to, right, Open up your right leg, shake it out, because there's a lot to standing on one leg. Now, if our balance is not so good when we begin Tai Chi, which is often the case, we don't want to bring the knee up very high after we position the entire left foot. And then the right heel comes in. And then we're on the right foot. So if balance is a little challenge, just bring the knee up a little. And then extend the straight toe. And then put the heel down and touch it. We attempt not to do it super fast. Especially with this Soon 73, we're starting to get into more complicated, more strength-oriented, balance-oriented moves now. So hopefully all along the way you've been doing the warm-ups because that helps. That's why I went to the trouble of putting the warm-ups on each and every details page, turning the left foot to around 3 o'clock as we begin toe kick left. Take the weight off the right foot, turn it in. Now, from the side, you notice they're not even, my feet, and that's fine. They don't have to be even. We shift the weight to the right foot again, facing 130, raising the left knee, and then extending the toe, picking the toe up so that we touch the heel with no weight. Roll the foot flat, and then shift the weight onto it. When we do the toe extension, if you were to see it from the front, now, if I'm relaxed, my toe kind of flops over to the side there, right? But when I have a little bit of tension, a little activity in that toe, I'm pointing it in the same direction as my whole leg. That's what we're going for. This is like first bring it up, then engage the toe, keep it straight so it's not like flopping over and totally relaxed. That's one of the tenets of Sung, right? Active relaxation. So we don't want it so relaxed it's floppy. And if we were to kick someone in the groin area, male or female, that is uncomfortable. We don't want the toe to be floppy, right? We want it to be kind of activated so that when it had contact, it didn't, the whole foot didn't flop and break. Let's do it one more time with the feet, and then we'll add in the hands. Again, I know it's sometimes challenging, so if you're a little stiff or sore from standing on that one leg, shake it out. And I'm going to do it one more time with just the feet in the zoom. After our higher horse, we're here with the weight on the right foot, the left toes touching. The whole left foot comes up and turns to about 3 o'clock. We take the weight off the right foot and bring in the heel a little. We stand on the right foot and turn our whole body, hips, shoulders facing 130, picking up the left knee, extending the toe without locking it, putting the heel down softly. And that might mean bringing the foot in closer to the other one. Once the whole foot is flat, then shift weight onto it. Let's bring in the hands. So the hands are doing something a little bit different in this transitional move. After our higher horse, we are here. When the left foot comes up and turns in, we rotate the hands so that now the left hand is on top of the ball and the right hand's on the bottom. When we shift our weight off the right foot and bring in the heel, now the hands rotate so that it's like we're holding a ball, but in the open and closed posture, but the fingers are not pointing up. I'll get closer and show you. Then we shift our weight onto the right foot again, facing 130, picking up the left knee. As the foot extends, as the toe extends, the hands open. Then as the heel goes down, the hands close, coming into the open and closed posture with the fingers a little more upright. What do I mean? So in our open and close, I know my back is usually to you as we run through our flow. Breathing in, the hands open, the whole body expanding. Breathing out, the hands condense, coming together. So when we do that, the fingers are pointed up. There's space between the arms and body, and it's not a really huge move. It's pretty slow. So once we're in our higher horse here in this position, we bring the left foot in, turning it a little. The left hand comes on top of this round shape. We shift the weight to the left foot, the right toes or right heel comes in, and we turn our hands to about the width of the head. It's like the open and closed posture, but the fingers are more at an angle instead of straight up. The hands hold that position as we stand on the right foot, picking up the left toes. The left hand opens over the left leg as the hands open. The right hand stays parallel. It doesn't drop or go high, so that when the foot comes down and the hands come back in, the hands are still even. We can think of this as one of the energetic aspects of the form. When we're doing our toe kicks left and right, we can imagine that we're stuck on a big ball of chi, a big ball of energy. Probably if you've been doing the warm-ups, you remember this one where we have a ball and we turn it. And so that training is part of learning how to do this move. We know, if we haven't looked at those warm-ups in a while, we know from our higher horse that when we come into holding the ball with the left hand on top, the left elbow is down, there's space in between the hands and body. And we know that when we change the hands after repositioning the right heel, when we turn the ball, it happens smooth and fluid. Then we pick up the knee. When we extend the foot, the left hand comes over the left foot and the hands open kind of to our corners, you could say. It might feel like we're stuck on a big ball of energy, and then we may imagine compressing that energy here, compressing the ball of chi in our hands that we were playing around with a little in the transition. Let's do it again after our higher horse, move number 31. Then we have move number 32, which is called toe kick left, where the left toe turns in, the left hand is on the top of the ball. We reposition the weight, bringing in the right heel, the hands turn the ball. We can imagine holding energy, picking up the left knee towards 130, the foot extends towards 130, the hands open. We may feel like we're being lifted up on a bubble of chi, and maybe even condensing that energy in our hands as they close, preparing us for the very simple next move, toe kick right. The only thing that's not is how we end it, but we'll go over that again. Let's put the hands and foot together of move 32 first after our higher horse, move 31. We have toe kick left. Left hand on top, left toe to 3 o'clock. Take the weight off the right foot, bring the heel in just a teeny bit, turn the ball. Get squared up on the right foot, facing 130. Pick up the left knee. High or low is up to you, but try to keep the hands even. And the idea of getting plastered on a big bubble and then condensing that energy as the hands come together. After Third wave. Hands like clouds. We have our higher horse. Left hand on top, left toes turn in. You may now be realizing it's crucial to not move the feet too much. If we turn the right toes out pretty far, then it becomes very difficult to stand facing 130. So when we're repositioning the right heel, just barely bring it in. Then stand on it. So the right toe is facing around 3 o'clock, maybe 3:15, and that foot can hold us up as we raise the left knee towards 130 or 2 o'clock, the hands open, lifting us up. The heel descends, the hands close. We shift the weight. Third wave right takes us into higher horse. We attempt to get the flow of it, no pause. Left toes turn in, left hand on top. Shift the weight, reposition the ball. Get centered on the right foot. That's crucial. Take the time to feel balanced before picking up the left knee and extending the hands. And then the hands close as we put the foot down. So we're here, and when the hands open with our kick, they come to about this position. We don't want them up real high. They're about in line with our shoulders. They're fairly even with each other. If we were to rotate our direction that we're facing, right, instead of facing 130, if I was to rotate and face you fully, it would be fairly balanced and even what our hands are doing, right, when they open. And then when they close and they come back in to about the width of our head, to about the width of your head. And there's space between the arms and body. The armpits are open, as always. I was taught that in a traditional way, and long ago, they might put an egg, a raw egg, the teacher, under your armpit. And then part of the lesson was to how to space the arms. If you crush the egg, then you got a mess. If you drop the egg, then you got a mess to clean up. So the idea is to hold that egg under the armpit through the whole practice so that we're not collapsing or getting super big. When the hands open, obviously in our kick, we're getting bigger. Let's do it again. I'm not going to say so much, but we'll start off with our third wave and higher horse. Good? It's getting easier and easier, isn't it? That's why we keep repeating. I'm going to do it again. I said one more time. One more, one more, one more, one more. I know it's a tricky little move. That's why I'm not adding in the other kick that is a little simpler. We've got enough here. Stepping into 31, facing around 130, stepping on this kind of diagonal line, picking up the left toes, they touch as the hands come on the center line. Then whole left foot turns, left hand on top of ball. Shift the weight off the right foot. Heel comes in a little, hold the ball, hands parallel, pick up left knee. Relax, let a bubble of chi hold you up. Today, hands together. As I'm thinking about that bubble of tea, just sharing this lesson with you, I can feel it as my hands are coming back in after the kick. They're starting to get a little tingly here. Maybe you're feeling some of that energy too. I know that the best way to learn a complex move is to simply keep repeating it. And this kind of is. So, left toe, left hand on top. Shift the weight off the right heel, bring it in, turn the ball. Stand on the right foot. Once you're balanced, pick up left knee. Extend the active toe, not the lazy slacker toe. And then the foot comes down, the hands close to about the width of the head, preparing us for toe kick right. You've got it. Let's put it together with the entire form today. Going through the flow. So I kind of led you through it talking through the whole thing when we first started. So I think as we go through this one, I'll just remind you of certain details. What I consider the most important parts, which are you breathing? Please keep breathing. And right now, just become aware of the breath in and out of the nose. Let's begin together. Relax the shoulders and fingers. Shift the weight mindfully. Right foot and right hand reposition at the same time. If we can sync up our yin and our yang more and more as we go along. It's okay as we practice to make sure our feet are in a good position. It's okay to look down and reposition them if needed, especially during the open and close. We'll get better as we go. Single whip right. Left. Make sure to breathe. It should be the breath that's moving the arms more than the muscles. Brush knee left. You know that now. Notice if you're nice and tall. The principle of alignment. Especially here in the punch, sometimes people lean a little. Stay nice and tall, punching over the center of the left forearm towards our 9 o'clock. We position our following right foot so that when we bring in the left foot, it's just a pivot on the heel. Make sure that we're breathing. And again, reposition the feet if they are a little off. Brush knee right. Leisurely tie coat. Make sure the feet and legs, the lower body, the yin of the body, is moving just as smoothly and with a good flow like the upper body, the yang of the body, the hands and arms. Sometimes we move our feet a little faster. Be aware if that's you. Single whip back to the left. Notice that this push, it's coming from the belly. It's coming up from the lower dantian. Aware of taking the weight off the feet before we turn them. The left palm faces 12 o'clock and fist under elbow. Repulse monkey towards 6 o'clock. Looking to 12 helps us to take a good right bow step. And brush knee left is next. The fingers are relaxed. The hands are relaxed. Even though the left palm is up, like holding a pizza, as someone said the other day in class. Exactly, until we drop the pizza for a little pinky side push. Bringing the feet into ideal alignment does affect the breath. Single whip right. Pushing from the belly. Feeling that uprooting in our single whip more and more. Wave hands like clouds. We continue to perfect this movement, knowing that one of the most common errors for people is that we plunk our foot down with weight on it. You don't do that. You float the foot down, feel it on the ground, and then shift the weight in the second wave. Be aware if you have a tendency to plunk your foot down. Don't move it out so far. It can be a tiny third step. Doesn't have to be big. None of this has to be big. Higher horse, move 31. Leads us into today's lesson, 32. Left hand and foot, right heel comes in as hands reposition. Maybe imagining holding chi as we pick up the left knee and expanding that energy as the hands open in a toe kick. And then condensing that energy perhaps as the hands come closer together. Closing. This is so exciting. We're getting into more and more dynamic moves, more and more strength-building moves. Soon 73 is designed that way. So that in the beginning, the feet are really kind of close to the ground. The movements are not really big or challenging other than to just become aware of what the body's doing in space. As we progress through the form, some of the movements become more and more challenging, as you're noticing, with toe kick left. Some people have a lot of difficulty doing that in the beginning. That's why we get there slowly. Don't rush. And again, if your right leg got a little tense after doing all that, shake it out. Shake it out. And once you feel really comfortable with all that we're doing here with those positions of the foot and hand on toe kick left, come back. And I'll see you for toe kick right. Thank you so much. for continuing onward. You're getting stronger and stronger as you go. Good job.